Finally, Greg joins us back here. We got the G spot, and I didn't want to talk in the commercial break because all three of us were audibly stunned by Greg Olsen dressing as a third base umpire for today's show. What is going on with this look, Greg? Are you doing?
You don't like my shirt?
Well, I mean, the shirt with the hat.
Well, the hat is just because I haven't done my hair this morning.
A logoless hat. It looks like you're heading straight to the NLCS or something to call a game.
No,
Unbelievable, just straight look here.
Hey, listen, I'm just going to be honest. If I'm going to keep getting a hard time from this show, I might just bag Monday morning. Just be like, you know what? You guys are on your own. Deal with it. Good luck.
Well, I mean, this look, it was preposterous. So I will try not to. You did bag it last week, by the way, but I'll try.
I might bag it again next week.
I'll try not to get in on you, but at least don't look like you're going to be an AL ump or something. Okay. You guys had a great segment, first of all.
At what point are you like Mr. Fashion? You've got some bad outfits. You're real critical of everybody else's look for a guy who's not the best looking guy in the world. Let's just be clear.
Well, there's a difference between best looking, not great looking, and fashion. I can't control how I look. This is how God made me, Greg. But I can wear nice clothes and not look like no effort over here. Can we move past it?
I don't know. It's your show. You tell me.
Yeah, we're going to move past it. You guys had a great segment. We're going to get the back of the game you called, which was crazy. Eagles-Rams. Three shocking results. And I don't know if anything's ever shocking in the NFL nowadays. I always say hungry dog runs faster week to week. You never know. But I'm going to let you guys decide. I'll start with you, Coach. Atlanta versus Carolina, Cleveland, Green Bay, Bears, Cowboys. To you, what was the most shocking? Feel free to go in on any of these games. But what shocked you the most, Coach?
Well, the Falcons getting beat 30-0 completely shocked me. I was really impressed with Atlanta on Monday night against Minnesota. You don't go to the Dome in Minnesota and put a performance like that together and then go lay an egg. I mean, 30-0. It looked bad in all three phases. They couldn't convert on third down. It was ugly. And that's a division game. You got to win these games. And I know Greg's an ex-Carolina Panther. He's probably loving it, but that was really bad. The Browns have always snuck up on people at home. They got Baltimore at home last year. The Cowboys are really bad in the secondary, so neither one of those games completely shocked me, but I was really shocked and disappointed with the Falcons.
What about you, Greg?
Yeah, obviously I pay close attention to the Panther games. The first 2 weeks didn't look great. I thought they showed a little life in the week 2. They fell behind big to Arizona, tried to put a comeback together, obviously fell short. I think the home opener, I think there was a lot of interest in Carolina, in Charlotte. Obviously, I'm there, my friends, guys I know around the organization. Like, the concern was, do they fall to 0-3? Where are the wins on their schedule? I don't know if I was so much shocked that they beat Atlanta, but I'm with Coach. Like, you just don't see a lot of games in the NFL 30-0, let alone a team that hadn't won yet. So, happy for Canales. I was probably equally, if not more so, shocked. See, I was shocked at the Green Bay loss. I thought through the first couple weeks, Green Bay, offensively, defensively, obviously Micah Parsons making a big difference. I thought they were a really top-tier NFC team, had a chance to make a run here by the end of the year. And then, the Browns, I don't think the Browns
Does that change it? Can a 1 week thing now, do you look at the Packers differently because of that?
No, I don't. I don't. I try not to get wrapped up in the week by week ups and downs in the league. We're going to see upsets. We're going to see teams that we think stink all of a sudden pull out games and vice versa. I don't feel that much different about Green Bay. Now, over the next couple weeks, if this is more of a pattern versus just a one-off bad day where it just didn't go their way, then you have to start having concerns. I think the NFL is too hard. It's too long. I think you get too focused on one individual moment, one individual game, and you can get kind of lost through exactly who's good and who's not. So I'm not worried about Green Bay, but that was a pretty shocking pick.
Going back to Atlanta for a second, one thing I thought, because they did bring in Kirk Cousins at the end of the game, and everyone was obviously shocked, I think, when they took Penix because they signed Cousins to that gigantic deal. It still seems like they're creating just the perfect stew for some sort of quarterback controversy out of nowhere. Like, Is this something that you think is going to become an ongoing issue? If they bench the other guy, you got Cousins sitting there. Why would you ever create this sort of controversy for your own team? Like, why would you bring Cousins in? That seemed crazy to me, Coach.
Well, Cousins is making $45 million. He's had a history of making big plays in this league. Their passing game is really bad right now, Dave. I mean, they couldn't throw the ball at all yesterday. They couldn't throw the ball against the Vikings.
Yeah, so what are they going to do?
I don't know what they're going to do, but Mike Penix was really off yesterday. He was late, completely out of rhythm. I don't know what their pass offense is. They're in a pistol formation a lot of the time. They're just not a real good drop back passing team. They've got some good receivers. We're all waiting for Kyle Pitts in year 5 to take off, but it's just ugly, hard to watch pass offense. I think they got some problems inside the building with what they want to do throwing the football. It just looks too hard to me. But Kirk Cousins, he's got a lot of experience. When you're a young quarterback and you're going through growing pains with your 5th or 6th start, sometimes the best way you can learn is sitting down. We saw that happen last year with Bryce Young. Maybe he needs to watch a little bit and come back here in a couple weeks. But that was one bad passing performance yesterday.
All right, so moving on to the X's and O's, because there's a lot of X's and O's. You can get X's and O's on every channel you want to go. Maybe not better than you two to talk about it. But Bill Belichick, we got to talk Belichick. So they get slammed by UCF. They've played 2 real teams now, and they've gotten hammered by both of them. What everybody is talking about is his girlfriend, Jordan, who's on the sidelines before the game, and they're having a little chat session here in close, sweet nothings. You guys have both played football for a long, long time. Have you ever seen the girlfriend or the wife? I don't remember seeing it on the sidelines in this situation. They're warming up, ready to go to the game. Greg, like, what is going on here to my guy?
I don't know, but did you guys see the AI that somebody did where it turned into like a full-on like hug? Did you guys see that?
It wasn't
clip?
just a hug. It was a make out. She straddled him. I think a gentleman by the name of PFT commenter may have posted it.
He did post it. I don't know who made it, but I might have laughed. It was actually, I thought, pretty funny. Yeah, I think in today's college world, I think there's all sorts of stuff that a lot of us are not used to seeing. Who's on the sideline, who runs programs, who has say into programs, the influence. Listen, I don't think Belichick necessarily cares what anybody thinks. I think Belichick's going to do his thing. I think he's going to have who he wants on the sideline, who he doesn't want on the sideline. He obviously values her opinion in a lot of factors.
Football?
Do I care if a coach's wife, girlfriend, kids are on the sideline before, during, after a game? I don't necessarily care. But I guess to each their own. At the end of the day, if you win, you can bring your whole family on the sideline. You can give them. She could wear a headset if they were winning, right? Like, at the end of the day, you are going to bring controversy. You are going to bring eyeballs and criticism when you lose. And when you lose, everything's a big deal.
So, Coach, here's the thing. I followed the Patriots, and this was the ultimate no distraction guy. Don't talk to the media. Don't do anything that gets the people talking. Well, they're talking, and they're losing by 30. Have you ever had, and we've met your lovely wife, you have her drawing whiteboard plays. Has she ever been on the sidelines before a game?
Well, actually, she called the game winner against the Ravens on Monday Night Football a couple of years ago. She came down on the field and helped me through a tough situation. It was an all-out blitz, and she told me to go with 58 Surge. So thank God she saved the day that day. But I've never seen anything like that. Mike Lombardi works for North Carolina. I've heard him criticize me several times. I'm sure he'll produce a TikTok today explaining exactly what was going on there.
It is a shocking development. Greg, you skipped last week, no-showed. We had a clip ready for you. I don't know if you knew this, but Fran Brown, the Syracuse coach, he took umbrage with what you said about him. Greg, he came right out your throat, and then he backed it up. He said, here, eat some of this. A little humble pie. They go and beat Syracuse yesterday. So, they beat Clemson Saturday. So maybe win sprints on the field, that's what you got to do to win big games.
Listen, I've never, from the jump, I have no issue with Fran Brown.
Seems like you do.
On my quote that when you guys asked me about it, I said I think he's done a good job. He's helped make them relevant. All these things. Just because you're a good coach and you win a lot of games doesn't necessarily, I think everything that you do is right. I've had coaches that I've played for that I love, that I thought were incredible coaches, that I agree with everything we did, that I love everything we did. No. So I think Fran Brown being a good coach and doing a good job at Syracuse, which I said he did, he has done before he beat Clemson. I thought he was doing a good job. Doesn't necessarily mean that I still think they should be running wind sprints on the game field after a game. So I think those two things are completely separate. I think there's a lot of things that when you win, everything that you do looks right. And when you lose, everything that you do looks stupid. And oftentimes in the media and on these shows, we try to connect the cause and effect.
Well, you did.
Both ways. Well, you guys brought it up. You guys brought up the question. You asked.
He didn't mention my name. He just said you. He just said I have a problem with Greg Olsen.
Well, that should say all we need to know.
Here's something that I have an issue with, and we've been talking about the office. This happened a lot on college. It's happening in the South. Lightning delays. If you're watching these football games, you're seeing games, they start at noon, and then they're having 3-hour delays before they get back on the field because of lightning. I said there should be no delays. I don't recall anybody ever getting struck by lightning in a field. I could be wrong, and I don't remember when you guys were playing that we were having these lightning delays. Coach, you've been in the game a long time. Were you getting ushered off the field for lightning delays, or is this something that maybe society you think is getting a little soft? Sign a waiver when you come in. I know if lightning comes, I may get hit. So be it. But let's play football. What is going on? A 3-hour delay in the middle of the game is nuts. Coach?
Well, I live down in Tampa. It's the lightning capital of the world. So we lost a lot of training camp practices because of lightning. I can't remember having a lightning delay, although the Buccaneers have had a few over the last several years. But there is this thing called liability, Dave. I hate to break it to you. If somebody were to get struck by lightning, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of liability. So you got to be very cautious. And don't forget, as you know, global warming has to be a big part of this. There has to be some reasons for all this lightning across the globe right now.
Oh, Lord.
Why can't we just do a waiver? Why can't you just say, hey, I'm coming in. If it hits me, I'm not going to sue. Greg, did you have lightning delay? It's every week now.
So we used to have them a lot in practice. So this is actually a great story. So we're at University of Miami, like Coach said, down in Florida in the summer. There was lightning every day. It rained every day. There was thunderstorms every day. So when I first got there, they installed like lightning detectors on top of our athletic facility. And man, it changed the world. We'd be out there, it'd be a sunny day, and all of a sudden the lightning alarms would go off, and we would haul ass into the locker room, camp practice. We'd get a training camp day off. And then after about a week of that, all of a sudden there would be thunderstorms, lightning on top of the field, and these alarms didn't go off. And we were convinced, we couldn't prove it. I think they unplugged them. Like, I think they put in these fancy lightning detectors, and then after 1 or 2 practices, they had them unplugged. They never went off. For 3 more years, they never once went off. We practiced lightning, hailstorms, no matter what. But we got a couple practices saved in college, but it didn't last very long.
Well, I always, for the fans, the players go into the locker room. The fans just leave the stadium, so you just get hit by lightning in a different spot. Then you could reverse sue. It's like, if you didn't kick me out, I wouldn't have gotten hit by that lightning. Last one, we got to watch this. This is about a week old. Happened right after our show. The Tom Brady flag football game in Saudi Arabia. $75 million he got paid to do this. The fastest growing game in the world, flag football. The question obviously is, how much for each of you, coach, to go out there and coach this flag football game? Greg, if they said, hey, old man, dust it off. We want you to get back in here, play some football. Greg, what's your price? Would you do this? And by the way, this is weird. Brady's saying anybody who's like, this was normal, it wasn't, it was weird, but go.
He got $75 million?
$75 million.
Is that real?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I was told.
Good for him. How
Guys
much for
stealing
me?
your job, stealing your flag football league.
I hope I can get a job as an offensive coordinator on a flag team.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your number, coach?
Well, if I can coach Tom Brady in flag football, I'll do it for free. That would be a great experience. Since I'm the guy that turned him down in Las Vegas, maybe I get a chance to coach him yet as it is right now. That would be unbelievable.
He's the guy Brady was whining about, being like, I know a guy who didn't want me, Gruden.
I was waiting though for the big announcement. I heard it was going to be a big announcement. I was kind of hoping they were going to make a couple trades to help the Raiders win some games, but I haven't caught the flag football bug yet. But maybe this will be the issue that pushes me over the top now.
You know, and before we go, I should have asked this because you just segued to it. Do you think there's anything to the Brady being an announcer and owner thing being in the meeting, or do you think that's much to do about nothing, Greg?
I mean, I think it's up to the teams to decide what information they disclose in those production meetings. And I've been in production meetings where teams have told us the entire game plan. And obviously there's a level of trust that you're not going to go out and share it with anyone before kickoff. And there's teams that tell you absolutely nothing. You hang up from the phone, you hang up from the call, and you're like, that was a complete waste of time. That adds no value. So I think every team has to handle it. I have no issue with him being an owner. I have no issue with him doing both personally. But if a team wants to be guarded on whether they give him access or what they tell him, they have every right to do that. And I think it's up to every team to control their own information flow, and the onus is on them.
Yeah, I think it puts Tom in an awkward spot, certainly, and I think it puts a lot of people in awkward positions. You know, as an announcer, Greg, you go to the production meetings, you talk to the coordinators, you talk to the head coaches, you get to see them practice, and you and I go call the game. He's flying back to Las Vegas and putting a headset on, talking to the coaches during the game. So I can see some emotions and some doubt and some awkward positions that people have. But I think people got enough respect for Tom Brady and enough respect for football that it's not as big a problem as people think it is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys both coming on. I know, Greg, if it became a problem, you slide right up to one. We have something that supposedly we created. I haven't seen it here. Oh, look, we got the Photoshop team working full speed for you here. That is this is dead on. That doesn't even look like Photoshop. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully next week we still have you, Greg.
Well, it's up for debate. I'm in Ireland, so I'm not. Well, I'll send you my fee.
All right. Thank you, guys.